to another episode of the Drawing Science Club. I am your host, Brenda. Today we are going to be doing one of these science experiments that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Today we're going to be making an iodine clock. Now this experiment is a little trickier than some of the other ones that we've done, so you might want to get the help of a parent, because the most important thing about this experiment is that you measure properly. Measure properly in milliliters. Precise measurements will make this demonstration work. Okay, so here's what you need. You're going to need some 1,000 milligram vitamin C tablets, some iodine, liquid laundry starch, measuring cup in milliliters, 3 jars labeled A, B, and C, a mortar and pestle if you have it, some water, and some 3% hydrogen peroxide. All right, let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is crush your vitamin C tablets into a powder. There you go. Now, put your powder into jar A. Now we add 60 milliliters of water. If you hold your container up like this and look at it, you can get a more accurate reading. Mix the powder up until it dissolves. Now locate jar B. Put 5 milliliters of the vitamin A mixture into jar B. Don't forget to measure accurately. Now pour 60 milliliters of water into jar B. Now add 5 milliliters of iodine to jar B. Very, very careful with iodine. It is very staining. It will get on everything. Stir the water carefully. The first color changing magic has happened. It turned from orange to clear. This is why it's important to label, because you don't want to mix up your jars. Let's set jar B aside for now. Take jar C. Put in 60 milliliters of water. Now add 15 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide. Now you will add 2.5 milliliters of laundry starch. Now we're ready to start the clock. I'm going to double all these mixtures to make them easier to look at on camera. Now let's watch the magic happen. Here we go. B, pour into C. Pour back and forth a few times to mix. Now we wait. Start your timer now to see how long it takes before it turns blue. The colorless liquid turned from colorless to orange to dark blue in just a few minutes. Our experiment took just about 2 minutes to turn from completely colorless to solid blue. How long did yours take? You can make different timed clocks by adjusting how much of each material is in each liquid. You can speed up your clock or you can slow down your clock depending on how much of each ingredient you use. Here's the science. You just made what's known as an iodine clock. The reason this is called an iodine clock is because depending on how much of the ingredients that you put in, you can change the amount of time that it takes for the reaction to occur. So you can kind of time how long it takes for the liquid to turn from one color to another. This color changing experiment is a chemistry battle. The starch in the mixture wants the iodine to turn blue. The vitamin C doesn't want the liquid to turn blue. But over time, depending on how much vitamin C is added, the iodine will win and the liquid will turn blue. You can make this science demonstration and experiment by changing the amount of materials that you add into the solution to change how long it takes to turn blue. Here are some questions you can ask. Does changing the temperature of the liquids affect how quickly it turns blue? Does the amount of vitamin C added change how quickly it turns blue? And finally, does stirring the liquids change how quickly they turn blue? You can use some of these variables to turn your science demonstration of an iodine clock into a science experiment that you can use at a science fair or just to explore the scientific process. That's it for today. See you next time.